I didn't set out to become a flipper. My first flip wasn't planned, it was an accident. But that one little accident ended up teaching me more about confidence, resourcefulness, and rebuilding my life than I could have ever imagined. When I first started flipping, I thought it was just about extra cash. But the more I did it, from PlayStations to cars to even a mobile home, the more I realized flipping wasn't really about money. It was about proving to myself that I could figure things out, that I wasn't powerless, that I could create value out of thin air if I just took action. This video isn't about how to flip or what apps to use. It's about what flipping taught me about life, confidence, and resourcefulness, and why those lessons still shape how I rebuild today. My first flip was small. It's almost laughable, but I changed how I looked at money. I just wanted a PlayStation because all my friends were playing a new game, and I found a used PlayStation 4, the cheapest one I could get from someone who replied fast, and I played it for a couple months. Then I learned there was a PS4 Pro, and so I upgraded, and suddenly I had two systems. I remember cleaning up the old one, wiping it down, and taking photos in the best light I could find. I wrote out a description and listed it. Honestly, I didn't expect much, but when someone messaged me, showed up, handed me the cash, and I realized I'd sold it for more than I paid, I was like, this isn't too bad. It was maybe $50 profit, but at the time, $50 was gas money. It was groceries, or even a dinner out I wouldn't have splurged on. But it wasn't just the money, it was the feeling that I'd gotten to enjoy something and then pass it on, and I came out with more money than before. Looking back, it was small, but it planted a huge seed. I started thinking, maybe money doesn't always have to equal the hours worked. Maybe there are opportunities all around me if I pay attention. After that, I started to look at cars. And that's when I started to feel both the excitement and the pain of flipping. One of my first cars I drove around for a while, got tired of it, and then sold it for more than I had paid. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe I'd just gotten lucky. Then it happened again on another car. I sold a few parts separately after the sale ended and made even more money. I sat there thinking, how is this even possible? That's when flipping started to feel like a flow I already knew. My phone would buzz with buyers. I'd be messaging sellers, setting up meetups, negotiating prices, picking something up, then cleaning it or fixing it and relisting it. I wasn't overthinking, I was just moving. It almost felt like flow. But not every flip was smooth. I still remember buying a car where everything looked fine on paper, the seller was convincing, the price seemed right, but my gut said something was off. During the test drive, I ignored it. A week later, I was investing more money into repairs than I ever accounted for, and that one hurt. It taught me that sometimes the best deal is the one you don't take. Confidence isn't forcing every deal to work out. It's being able to walk away and know you saved yourself a bigger loss and headache. With cars, I learned two things. Repetition builds confidence, and mistakes sharpen your decision making. Every win made me bolder, every loss made me wiser. And together, they gave me confidence and a belief in myself that I could figure this out, even if it's messy. As I got bolder, the flips got bigger, and the perspective shifted. I flipped chairs for $250 profit, cars for thousands, and even a mobile home that cleared about $30,000 in profit. Those numbers shocked me. Some of those flips only took a few hours of effort, yet they matched what I'd earn in a full day, or sometimes a full month of engineering work. The mobile home especially stretched me. It wasn't just a quick buy and sell, it involved fixing things, cleaning, painting, dealing with buyers, showing it multiple times. It was stressful. But closing that deal showed me just how far I'd come from all the deals I had made and how far resourcefulness could go. I also learned how important trust is. I cared about my reputation. I wanted buyers to walk away feeling good about the deal and not cheated. If I made a mistake, I fixed it. My mindset shifted from short-term profit to long-term trust. That mindset made it feel less like hustling and more like running a small, respectable business. The bigger flip showed me that resourcefulness scales. If I could figure out a chair, maybe I could figure out a house. And if I could figure out a house, maybe I could figure out my own life. And throughout, I built a different kind of confidence. Not just that I could make money, but that I could rebuild it if I needed to. Eventually, I realized flipping had already given me what I needed most. Not money, but proof. Once my job started paying me more, chasing a couple hundred here or there stopped feeling worth it, and I wanted bigger goals. But the lesson stayed with me. I knew that if I lost everything, I could still figure it out. With just a phone and a willingness to act, I could create value. And maybe that's why flipping hit me so hard, because there was a season in my life where I felt completely powerless. I'd sit on the couch eating chips, not just unhealthy, but disconnected from my own life. My chiropractor even commented on how bad my posture was. I was worried about myself. It felt like I was powerless to change my ways. It wasn't just laziness, it was this heavy sense of waiting for motivation, waiting for the next thing to pull me out. Even when I did something fun, it felt like a temporary escape because I knew I'd return to the same downward spiral of feeling bad about myself in this powerless loop. Flipping broke through that. It gave me small actions that mattered, messaging a seller, showing up for a deal, learning from the outcome. Each deal built on the previous one, and every win chipped away at that powerless feeling. Each little win reminded me I can move, I can create change. That's why flipping isn't just about side money to me. It's proof that empowerment comes from taking action, even if it's small, and resourcefulness is something you build by figuring things out, not by waiting for perfect conditions. So, what did flipping really teach me? That confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after, and that resourcefulness will always beat perfect tools, and that even when the money stops, the skills and self-belief stay. If you're feeling stuck, maybe flipping isn't your thing. What's one small action you could take that scares you just a little? That might be the start of your own rebuild. Thanks for watching. If this connected with you, check out my previous videos where I share my other reflections of what and why I'm changing my 30s. See you in the next one.